Hi, Burbling. Welcome to another day of classes with me, Hina. Nice to have you guys join us. I can see that there are a couple of new students in class. That's awesome. We have Oils Gap, Oils Gap, Oils Gap. It's awesome. It's your first class here. I can see that this class is fully booked. That's awesome. Woohoo! So for all those who have reservations, now is the time to join. Okay. So if you don't join in the first 2 minutes of class, you lose your reservation. So if you want to join class, now is the time. After 2 minutes, the spots will open up for all the other students who are waiting. So we have Edmar, David, Norbert, Orlando. That's awesome. So many people watching and waiting to get in. And in class, we have Abdullah. Abdullah from Germany, but originally from Turkey.
Yay! Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Abdullah?
I'm fine, thank you. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you too. It's a
Actually
bit,
talking, well, actually speaking to you, not seeing to you.
well, it's really nice for you to see me, and it's really nice for me to talk to you. So,
Yeah, that's it.
and we also have with us Hamid. Hi, Hamid.
Yes.
How are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just reading all your messages, Hamid. Hamid apparently has a surprise for us. So at the start of this class, he can share his. Do you want to share it right now, Hamid, or do you want to share it at the end of class?
I guess next lesson
Next.
beginning because I want to make happy you. So lesson topic is happy.
It's like race to the finish. I want to make teacher Hina happy. No, I want to make teacher Hina happy. So that's awesome. So that's great. So that's awesome, Hamid. So Hamid will be sharing a little surprise with us in the next class. And we also have
and
with us,
I will wait feedback.
okay, sweet. Thanks, Hamid. And we also have with us Amar. Hi, Amar.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm fine too. You've been in my classes before, right, Amar?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
changed my picture.
But
The
I
one with the
but I
Yeah.
still recognized you. I'm great. I'm awesome. You don't have to tell me. That's okay. All right. So Amar changed his picture. That's awesome. So looks like all the spots have opened up, and a bunch of students are in class with us. We have Hi Norbert. How are you?
Very well.
Then we also have Manel, Ricardo, David. Hi, David.
Hello.
We have Kaglar and Antonio. Hi, guys. Is this anybody's first time on Burbling? Like absolute first time? No? Okay, but it's a couple of people. It's their first time in my class. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome. So welcome everyone. It's really nice to have you guys join us. Today's topic is a speaking class, and we are going to be speaking about very, very magical, wonderful time in everybody's life when they are a student. I was I was very, very recently a student. I graduated last year. So the memories are very fresh in my head about what it's like to be a student, to live on campus, to commute back and forth every weekend to visit your parents. I'm very, very familiar with that lifestyle. This class was actually recommended to me by a student, Ahmad. I'm not sure if he's here, but I hope he at least watches class if he's not in. All right, so let's start. So let's everybody introduce ourselves. There's a very useful document that I have with me that I'll be sharing with you guys once we start class. But for right now, let's start with introductions. So let's say our name, let's say where we're from, and when we were students, or if we're still students, let's talk about one aspect of being a student that we really enjoyed. So whether it was in high school, in university, in college, whatever it was that you're like, you know what, when I was a student, I loved being a student because of this reason. All right, so I'll start. Welcome everyone. My name is Hina. I'm your teacher for the hour. I'm from Canada, and when I was a student, my favorite thing about being a student was how you could eat everything and not have to justify it to yourself. You know, you could be like, I feel like eating pizza at 3 in the morning. I'm gonna
Oh
eat
yeah.
pizza at 3 in the morning. So it wasn't like, no, I'm gonna gain weight and I have to go to the gym and I have to go to work. It was none of that. It was just, you know what? I'm hungry and I'm gonna eat. And now it's not the same. Now I worry. Now I worry about all the things that can happen. All right. So my favorite aspect about being a student was how carefree you can be. All right. So let's start with Abdullah.
Well, hi guys, my name is Abdullah. I'm from Germany. And well, when I was a student, I really enjoyed hanging out with my friends. And
That.
now I can't do it because they have jobs, they have a family.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
Now, yeah,
and they have
it's
wives. And they have wives.
unfortunately, yeah, and they're not allowed them to go out with their single friends.
Mhm. Like that's a bad influence on you. I know how you feel.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's super.
Thank you, Abdullah. Next we
Welcome.
have Amar.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Ammar and I am from Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
And the best thing with school is actually school. My school, like uh, like a playground, not to study you study. No,
Yeah.
I go very
Often.
early and
Mm-hmm.
no very early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The school start 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime I go 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you
very.
so, so you enjoyed having the playground and playing and not just studying.
No, I study, but the study does not hard. Maybe
Okay.
you o- order food from outside. Sometime we told the teacher, we don't feel like study today. Can we play for soccer in the
Uh-huh.
playground? You know, uh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
The weather is so
Uh,
beautiful. Let us go outside. Let's have a class outside.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sometime when the weather in Saudi Arabia is very beautiful, sometimes we don't go to school because in Saudi Arabia we don't have so much good weather.
All right. I understand. Thanks, Amar. Next we have Antonio. Hi, Antonio.
Hello, hello. I remember about my years of study, uh, the 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 travels to France,
Mm-hmm.
to ski in France because they was very cheap for me.
I like that. It's not expensive. Where are you from, Antonio?
I am from Spain.
You're from
I am from
Spain.
Spain.
That's awesome. Yeah, the cost of an education nowadays is very, very high. So I understand what you mean. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. In Spain, the education is basically free
Mm-hmm.
because it's estatal education. Most
Okay.
of most of them,
It's
most of
public.
universities is public. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Antonio. Next we have Kaglar. Kaglar?
Yeah, Çağlar.
Chalar. Sorry, I'm not familiar with all the symbols on the letters.
Afternoon.
Chalar. Okay.
I'm from Turkey,
Mhm.
and in my opinion, the best thing in the university, irresponsibility is the best, I think.
Not being responsible for anything.
Yes,
Yes, I
and
agree.
waste money.
Yeah.
But for me, I have been in Spain with Erasmus program, and I had lots of good memories about this program.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. Okay, that's awesome. You have good memories from when you were in university or college.
University.
University. Perfect. Thank you so much. Chalar. Chalar.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll try to remember that. All right.
Yes.
Next we have David.
Hello, my name is David from Barcelona, Spain.
Mhm.
I'm still studying, so
Student life is the best. So, what do you?
well, next Wednesday and next Thursday, I will be a little busy.
All
Not this
right.
week, see, the
Mhm.
other week.
Another
I
week,
have
you have the exam coming up, right?
the first certificate,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Ooh,
nervous, but that's okay.
that's okay. So you're nervous. I know everybody gets nervous, especially exam time. But what do you like about being a student?
Well, sometimes I call some students. They said, "Let's go to the disco." Yes, let's go to travel another place. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
when I say no,
yeah,
it's no.
it's no no pressure, no pressure.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, David. Next, let's get Hamid.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Hamid from Turkey. The best thing is for me in the university life. My major is chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
so I like experimental lessons, and I also like scientific or any kind of congresses,
Mm-hmm.
seminars, because
And it's all free when you're a student. As long as you're a
yes,
student, it's all free. Yeah.
because I am happy in academical environment.
Academic environment. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Hamid. Next, let's get Manel. Manel?
Manad.
Manel. Okay, sorry about that.
Yes. No, it's okay. So my name is Manal and I'm from Algeria.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a student and I first year, but I didn't find like the best thing about college yet. But I think for now I choose the free times
Uh-huh.
and no homeworks like high school.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you, Manel. Manel?
It's okay, say it, yes.
I'm so sorry. It's like to the
No,
okay.
it's okay.
I already have Chalar's name to remember. It's like all these like funky letters. All right, thank you. Next we'll get
You're
Norbert.
welcome.
I am Norbert from Hungary,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the the best thing I miss is the social life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Going out with friends.
And also you just had to worry about mostly about the studies
Mm-hmm.
and not everything else. But now, since I'm not studying, there are a lot of other things that I need to worry
Yeah, like
also.
money and job and where I'm gonna go
Yeah.
next and what I'm gonna. Yeah, I understand. Thank you, Norbert. And lastly, we have Ricardo. Ricardo, can you hear me? Oh, you're muted, Ricardo. You need to unmute yourself. So there's a microphone on top. I'm sorry, there was a lot of noise coming from your microphone, so I muted you.
Nah.
Oh,
Hello.
there.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good. Excellent.
Is this your first time on Burbling?
It's my first class in Berlin.
You guys, we gotta do the. Okay, I'll do the happy dance.
I'm from Colombia.
That's awesome. Really nice to have you join. Ricardo, I just did the happy dance for you. So okay, first time on Burbling, you guys get a happy dance. That's it. All right. All right. So
Okay.
you're from Colombia, Ricardo.
Okay.
That's really cool. And what are you a student?
Yeah. I work at the airport. I
Okay.
work in.
Okay.
Could you speak slowly, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if I speak too fast for somebody, please let me know. I'll slow down. So Ricardo, today we are talking about being students. So if you went to college or university or high school, what was it about being a student that you really liked?
Okay. No, I understand. My English is bad.
Okay.
I need practice for. Okay, for my work.
Okay. All right. But that's okay. So that's cool. So I'm really happy that you're here and I'll try to slow down even further. Okay? So If I'm
Okay.
still talking too fast, let me know. That's why that's why I set this class at an intermediate level. If you're a complete beginner, Ricardo, then let me know. I'll try to, fill you in. But if Oh my God, somebody's calling me on Verbling. I'm sorry. Like I'm teaching this class and somebody's calling me on Verbling. Okay, I have to close the Verbling window. Okay.
Okay.
So welcome
Thank you.
everyone. You're welcome. So today we're going to share stories and cover some vocabulary that is very specific to North America and about being a student. There's an entire set of the language that is dedicated just for students. All right. Before we begin, I'd actually like to share a document with all you guys that I've found. It is called A Year in the Life of an ESL Student. So this is a book and it's available online. And what it is there's an exchange student from Switzerland who went to the United States to study. And he wrote about how he found living and studying abroad and what was the challenge with English that he faced. So I posted the book in Verbling chat. If we have time, we'll actually go through some of it and try to and read it and try to cover the vocabulary. Okay. So we have Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome to class. Even if you're just watching. Okay. So I had a question in the chat earlier. What is the difference between college and university? What is there a difference between a college and a university where you guys live, like in your countries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
In Turkey, same.
Okay. So David, why don't you tell us what is the difference in Spain?
For example, you have primary school, secondary school, bachillerato, and a university.
Okay. So where does college fit into that?
Let me think.
Okay. That's okay. And yeah, go ahead.
It's when you're in secondary.
It's when you're in secondary. Okay. So college is a different level. All right. Hamid, what about in Turkey?
In Turkey, college are practical schools, and 2 years time period is. Universities are more technical schools, and it longs 4 or 5 or 6 years. It depends on the branch or major.
Your
For
program.
example, medicine. Yes, medicine program is 6 years, and general engineers longs 5 years, and other programs are 4 years. For example, chemistry is 4 years.
Oh, okay, perfect. So universities are longer and they offer a bigger degrees, I'm guessing, right? Like a degree?
Yes.
What are some degrees? What can you guys tell me?
Bachelor degree,
Bachelor's,
master degree,
Mhm.
and philosophy of doctorate degree.
Yeah, PhD. Yeah, exactly. So what about in Germany? Abdullah, what is it like in Germany?
In Germany, it's more practical, similar to Turkey. It's also the secondary education. It depends on which college you attend. Some of them takes 2 years, some of them take 3 years, and it's different from state to state. I mean, Germany has lots of federal states. We have 16 states, and each state has his own regulations.
Okay. So here in North America, a college and a university, they are the same thing in the United States. So in the US, whether you say you're going to college or you're going to university, it in essence means the same thing. But in Canada, it's different. In Canada, it's similar to how it is in Germany and Turkey. So you go to college after high school, and you only get a diploma. Okay, so you only get like a trade. Does everybody know what a trade is? A trade degree? What would trade degrees be?
Business degree? It is business? No.
Trade is actually more what you do with your hands, like carpentry. Carpentry.
Okay.
So when, for example, how to be a woodsman or a woodsmith, all right,
Mhm.
or how to be a mechanic, all right. If you want to
Okay.
go into mechanics, you want to go into, like, for example, if you want to study to be a carpenter or a plumber. So it's more trade based. Universities, they offer, yeah, it's more practical. So stuff that you need like hands-on experience with, you would, in Canada, you would go to a college for that. But if it's something more theory based, for example, to study science or to get your bachelor's, okay, to get your bachelor's, you would have to go to a university. Okay, so universities grant the higher degree, so bachelor's, master's, PhD. Okay, so but in the United States, it's apparently the same thing. Whether you say you're going to college or you're going to university, you're going to a secondary school or secondary. You're going to post-secondary education that offers all the degrees.
Same
Okay,
here.
same in Hungary.
Yeah. In the past, there were a difference between college and the university, but nowadays it's the same.
Yeah. So basically, a degree granting school. Degree granting school. So degree granting school is a school that gives you at least a bachelor's or higher. Most colleges in Canada are just diplomas. So when you're going into like a trade or a practical job, then you would go to college. Trade degree, occupation. Trade. Who can tell me what trade means?
About the money.
Yeah, trade is basically exchanging one thing for another, right? So I will, for example, when we pay money, we are doing a trade. When we buy something, we take the thing in exchange for money. All right? But trade degrees, trade occupations are a little different. There are occupations that, people came from, for example, being a shoesmith or being a blacksmith, going into carpentry, so going into carving wood and all that stuff. These are now called trade degrees. So these are degrees that you need to have very hands-on experience. You can't just go to university and like sit in a classroom for 4 years and study. You can't do that. You need to actually be practicing as you are learning. So in Canada, for those degrees, you go to college. Fashion design. Fashion design is a very, very big degree that predominantly only colleges offer, because when you're in fashion design, you can't just sit in a classroom for 4 years and learn about clothes, right? You need to learn how to sew. You need to learn how to actually make what you're designing. So a lot of students who go into fashion design, they go to college in Canada as opposed to university.
In Hungary, if you want certification like that, you have to go high school or something like that, and you can gain something like that.
So it's at a high school level. So high school is when you're still in school, when you haven't graduated from school,
Yes,
right?
but some high school have another part for the adult who want to.
Same as Spain.
Same as Spain. Okay, we actually have that in Canada as well, and that's called adult learning. Okay, so for example, adults who want to go back to school to upgrade their skills. What does that mean? Upgrade their skills.
To improve their skills, to make them better.
So one field in which you have to constantly upgrade your skills. What is that? One field in which you always have to be.
Taxes, and if you study in taxes, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Laws.
Maybe needlecraft works.
Computer is a big field in which you have to always upgrade your skills. For example, computer technology, it becomes obsolete really, really quickly. Obsolete, like it's no longer used. So you need to learn what the new technology that is coming up, you need to learn about it. Okay, so a lot of adults, they go back to school to upgrade their skills. So that's called adult learning. And the students who go back are called mature students. Okay, everybody knows what mature means, right?
Yeah.
Older. Old, not
Old.
old, but older. They're not like old people. Like it can, like if I was to go back to school now, if I was to go back to college or university or high school and I wanted to upgrade my skills, I would be a mature student. I'm not old, but I'm
Yeah.
older, all right?
Oh, she's so old.
No, don't say that. Yeah, so exactly. So because I've already graduated, I already have my bachelor's. So if I was to go back to it, I would go back to upgrade my skills to learn more about what is going on in my field. And I would be called a mature student. Okay. What about what are students called when they are in university? So university normally has 4 years. And in North America, each school year has its own name. Does anybody know what it is?
Freshman? No.
Junior.
Yeah,
No.
Okay, yeah, first year is freshman. Okay, all right,
And
because
something with sophomore? No. What
yeah,
was this? Sophomore, something like that, but I don't know, remember.
okay. Second year is called sophomore year. Sophomore. Okay, sophomore. I'm writing all this in Verbling chat. So first year is freshman. Does everybody understand why it's freshman?
Well, because they're new there, it's fresh.
Life.
Yeah.
Fresh and new.
You're a freshman, so you in your first year you don't know anything about life and you are here to learn. So you are a freshman, all right? In your second year, you're a sophomore. What are you in your third year?
What does it call?
Norbert, what did you say? Junior, exactly. So in your third year is your junior year, and what is your last year, your fourth year?
Senior?
Senior, exactly.
It was so obvious.
It's so obvious, right? Junior and senior. And this is the same in high school. So for example, in Canada and in the United States, high school is 4 years. Grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. And it's the same. Grade 9 is your freshman year, grade 10 sophomore, grade 11 junior, grade 12 senior. Okay? The first year is called stork. It's a stork. Do you know why it's called stork?
I have no idea.
No? Who can tell me what a stork is? A bird, a stork.
It has a long feet.
It has a long beak. So a bird's mouth is called a beak. So yeah. So okay, if anybody used go ahead.
It brings the babies, it brings the babies to the university.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's the reason.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. A stork is a bird that for some reason is believed to bring babies. I don't know why it's believed to bring babies.
It's a legend.
So it's a legend that how did when people got married, they had a baby because a stork would bring them a baby in a basket and leave it at their doorstep. I don't know why this legend exists. So, and if you watch cartoons, like cartoons for children, that's how babies are born in cartoons for children. A stork comes with a baby in a basket and gives it to the parents. So that's why I guess Norbert in Hungary, the first year is called stork because you're a baby who's coming into the real world or whatever.
Yeah.
In Chile, Sebastian is saying the first year is called mechones.
Mechones?
Mechones. Mechones. Okay, mechones.
Yeah.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hi, Hina.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome too. Won't we be seeing you today? Won't you turn your camera on?
No.
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 You don't get it.
It's for your own good. I mean,
for my own.
He's shy, you know.
He's shy. I know. So Sebastian, what year of university are you in right now?
I'm supposed to be in third year.
So you're supposed to be a junior right now.
Yes, but we don't call. We just say that we are in the third year or second year. We don't have name. Only for the first year, you call them mechones.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And collectively, for example, if you're not in first year, if you are in any other year, say you're a sophomore, a junior, or a senior, and you don't want to specify which year you're in, then you can just say that you're an upper year student. Okay? upper year student. So basically that means you're in anything other than first year. So you could be second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. So Hamid said that there are some universities in which it's 6 years long. So you can be an upper year student if you're in your fifth year or your sixth year of university. Okay. So in North America, when you're a freshman, there is the first week of your university. Does anybody have a special week for freshmen?
I didn't
Yeah.
go to the university.
You didn't go to it? Okay. What's it called? So what happens in the first week, Norbert? What is it called?
Hina,
Go ahead, David.
if you read in the Berlin chat,
Yeah.
I can translate it, but it's borregos and borregas.
Borregos and borregas. What does that mean?
Donkeys.
and horses. I don't know. But oh my god. So yeah, a lot of people make fun of freshmen. So freshmen. So more than one person is freshman. Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
When I was a freshman, it wasn't a tradition in my university, but it was a tradition in my high school.
To make fun of the freshmen, or to have a week for them when
To
they go
make
to.
fun of freshmen. The university, it wasn't.
It wasn't tradition. Yeah.
Hina?
Yeah.
Can I say why they call them mechones?
Yeah,
And
go
this
ahead.
is what has happened the first year, like in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And one day in college, I'm going to explain what is mechones, the word.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mechon is a piece of your hair.
Okay.
Okay, so mechones is like a lot of piece of your hair.
Okay.
So what they do in the first 2 weeks, just one day, they took the freshmen, and what they do is take them and start to grab eggs and put it in their hair, or they have to kiss a big head, and they cut their robe, their clothes, and they have to go and to ask money to because they take all their clothes and their money, their shoes, everything.
Yeah.
So they have to go to the street, and they smell awful. They paint in, they throw in vinegar, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why, yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
awful.
That is banned here in North America. If you do that, that's illegal, because sometimes these pranks, Antonio is saying pranks, sometimes they go too far. Yeah, they go too far.
In Spain too.
Yeah, you go too far and somebody can seriously get hurt. Sometimes, like, some jokes have gone so intense, so extreme that a student has died. So it's completely illegal to do. Like, people still do it. Don't think that people don't do it. They still do it here, but it's not like public knowledge. If the university finds out that senior students made junior students do these pranks, then the senior students can get expelled, or they could even go to jail, depending on how severe it is.
Yes.
Yeah, here is the same. I mean, the whole thing is having this is a nice day. It's not nice for the freshmen, of course.
Yeah.
But at the end, if it's very severe, if the university knows about this, they can be expelled at college. But at the end, all the money that they raise is about to do a barbecue, a big party for the freshmen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has to be limit. I mean, they have the limits.
Yeah. This is called initiation. Okay, so when you have freshmen who go to university or college, and the senior students, they're like, oh, you want to be cool, you want to hang out with us, then you have to do these tasks. This is called freshman initiation. And a lot of times they are done to join a special club. I don't know if you guys have clubs in your countries, but when you come to university or college here, there are clubs. So if you're a girl, you join a sorority. And if you're a guy, what do you join?
Computer clubs? No.
No,
No?
fraternity.
In
Ah,
Spain, there
okay.
are
Fraternity. Yeah. So these are basically like really upscale clubs. So like a lot of sports players, for example, a lot of guys who play sports, they'll be in fraternities. So if you want to get into a cool fraternity, then all the students will make you go through initiation. So they'll be like, oh, you want to be friends with us? You have to pass all these tests. And sometimes the tests can go really far, and it's completely banned here. So I know what you're talking about, Sebastian. So did you have to go through initiation when you moved to university?
No, thank God, no. My
I was
university
already
was.
cool.
Yeah, of course. No, it's not about all the university. There's some that is prohibited, or you can do it, but you can say no. Of course, you can say no. No, I'm not agree with that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a very American tradition. You're right, Norbert. It's not even that common in Canada. Like most universities in Canada don't even have fraternities or sororities. But in the US, it's a very, very, like, I think almost all universities have at least one fraternity or sorority.
oh,
Even, yeah.
in my
this
college.
happens.
Sorry,
Sorry.
go ahead, Sebastian, and then I'll get to Antonio.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
really,
Yeah.
really quick. It's not the senior that they made this mechoneo that we call.
Mhm.
It's the one in the second year. It's like a revenge.
Yeah.
You know, the Frenchmen.
We
you know,
have to go through it, so you have to go
yes,
through it.
exactly. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So.
So a senior can mean two things. Senior can mean the person in fourth year or the person who is older than you. So if I'm in first year and I say, this person is my senior, then that means that they are in a year higher than I am. It can be any year, second, third, fourth. But when you say that I am a senior, then you mean that you are in fourth year. So the seniors, they play these pranks on the freshmen, and they can be. So you're saying that these seniors are usually in second year, yeah. And it's revenge. It's like we had to go through initiation, and so do you.
Yeah.
Right? And Antonio, what were you saying?
Yes, in my college there weren't pranks because I studied engineering,
Mhm.
and all the people were almost geeks.
Geeks.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Geeks. That's an interesting word. We'll
Yes.
talk about that. Yeah. Okay.
And we didn't use to make these bad things.
Okay. Yeah.
We are
That's
very
true.
very boring people.
Yeah.
All male. Only one or two girls for classes.
The male to female ratio was like there was no ratio. It was all men. I know
Yes.
what you mean. Abdullah, were you going to say something?
With spectacles.
The
Men with
spectacle.
spectacles.
Yeah. So that's an interesting word that Antonio said. Geeks. What are geeks?
Geeks.
Nerds.
Nerds.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Geeks.
Similar
Nerds?
to that.
Yeah, very similar. Geeks, nerds are people who are like always like into, they always talk about school or something very technical. And they usually hang out with people similar to themselves because they can talk about all these, things that most people would find boring. And same thing with geeks. Geeks are people who take part in the science club or, who study engineering, the Big Bang
Yes.
Theory. Yeah. So the characters on the Big Bang Theory, nerds and geeks. What do you guys think are jocks then? Jocks.
Oh,
Yes.
the ones
In
in sports. I mean,
In-
or in.
Yeah, exactly. Jocks are like those men you see at the gym who have been like eating steroids like crazy, and they're like this big, and they're like, dude, I'm on the football team.
I'm dating with the popular girl.
I'm dating the girl who runs the sorority. So those men are called jocks. So these are all like slang terms. I mean, in essence, you would call somebody who is a jock very athletic, right? And a nerd would be someone who's very, very intelligent. But this is all slang. This is derogatory terms, like you're a geek or you're a nerd or you're a jock. Okay. What in North America? What do you think are girls who are not very smart? What are they called?
Blondie?
Helenas.
I don't know.
What did you say, Abdullah?
Blondie.
Blonde. Yeah. Another way to say it is dumb blondes.
Dumb
You can
blonde.
just
Yeah.
so a
Okay.
girl who's very like,
Yes.
oh my god, like you're on the football team, So girl like that, we usually call her like a dumb blonde. She doesn't necessarily have to be. Her hair doesn't have to be blonde, but usually like it is. It doesn't
Move
have to
on.
be blonde. It doesn't have to be, but someone who is not very smart, we usually call her dumb blonde. All right. So, oh, I was asking. So in first year, you guys said that there is initiation in some of your universities where you have to, do these tests. What about, uh, what about all the good activities that the university arranges for all the freshmen? Did you guys have that? Norbert said he didn't go for it. Why didn't you go for that week, Norbert?
Because it wasn't free, and yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
different. Okay, orientation week.
yeah.
Uh,
Orient.
I was there, but not in every program.
Okay. So does everybody know what orientation week is?
I think there are lots of counselors who give some advices to the students what
Advice.
yeah,
Advice.
advice.
The plural of advice is
Yeah,
vice.
sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Advice to the students what they can do after the university
Uh,
or well it's
okay.
like
And
it is called in my country. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's the same as in other countries too.
Other countries. Okay. Orientation week is not really for that. We have career counselors for what you said, Abdullah. But Norbert, what did you say?
I'm not sure we speak about the same thing, but when teachers tell you that what will happen in the semester.
And it's okay. All right. This is actually you guys are right, but orientation week is when is when the university is closed and only the freshmen are allowed on campus. So in North
Oh yeah.
America, the first week of every school year, so in September, say the first week of September every year, nobody is going to be on campus except freshmen and a few senior students or upper year students who are there to help the freshmen get used to university life. Okay?
It
So
wasn't
it wasn't you didn't
here. Yeah.
okay. So that is called orientation week. Orientation week is basically there's no school, you're not learning, but you have a lot of activities, there are a lot of sports, and you basically get to know your campus. Okay, everybody knows what a campus is?
The buildings of the university.
Yeah, basically your university, the grounds of your university. So the buildings, all the green area, basically where you go to study is called your university campus. So the campus, so students get to learn about the campus. They're like, what does our university offer? What can we do? And then that's the whole first week, and it's really, really fun. It's like meant to like get people excited about coming to university and not be like, oh, for the next 4 years I'm just going to be studying. All right. Another way of saying orientation week is frosh week. Why do you think it's frosh week?
Frosh?
Frosh, yeah. Because it's for freshmen, right? So because it's a week for freshmen, it's called Frosh Week. But this is like an informal way of saying it. The formal name of Frosh Week is Orientation Week, and that's the first week of the start of every school year in September, just for freshmen, so they can get oriented and get used to coming to university. All right. My Frosh Week was really fun, and I met like so many students, and you guys get to you get to meet people just like you, right? A lot of students, it's their first time moving away from home. They've never been away from their parents, and they're really scared. So you get to meet a lot of students just like yourself. Okay, a whole
And
week for
you meet
Frosh.
like your
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
can meet in that 1 week like your friends for the entire year, maybe the entire career.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people who meet during Frosh Week, like they stay friends till the end of university. You know, it's a matter of like clicking, right? Like, oh my God, I clicked with you, and you're my friend, and you guys grow together. It's really it's really a wonderful tradition, I find. And I think most universities should have it, because when you go to university, how was it when you left your house to leave to go to school? Abdullah, did you move out of your house?
No, it was different. I had to commute every day by train. I was to another city.
Hmm.
Well, I had to commute every day by train, and it was really difficult for me.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely is. It's so
yeah,
much easier to move there.
yeah.
What about Sebastian? What about you? Did you move out of your house?
One time.
And then I couldn't live without my mother's cooking, so I came back. So
No,
how was it moving out of your house and like being on your own?
actually, I wasn't on my own. I was in my family, one of my uncle's house.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't by myself.
Okay.
I have really good food. So
So you're like, I didn't have that problem. What about
yeah.
you? What about you, Norbert? I know you live in a different city from where your family lives, right?
It was very easy for me because I lived in a dormitory when I was in the high school as
Mm-hmm.
well, so it was easy for me
Oh, so
to
you were
be away,
mhm.
be far away from my family.
Okay, so you were already used to living on your own.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Over here, dormitory are called residences. Okay,
Mhm.
so when you live in a dorm room, so dorm room. Another way of saying dormitory is dorm room. So when you live on a university campus, so a building that is owned by the university, that's called dormitory. But in North America, another common way of is saying residence. So, in my first year, I lived on residence, not in residence, on residence.
And I liked it more because I had more freedom when I went to the university.
Yeah.
So in the high school,
Oh,
there were a lot of obligation in the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
There were teachers as well, and we
It was
had to
it
sleep
was very
at
structured.
10
Yeah, it was very
p.m.
structured. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
So,
actually, in Germany, I don't know how is it in your countries, but
mhm.
in Germany, it isn't so easy to find the free place vacancies in dormitories, because we
Oh.
have lots of students, and what the students do, they do flat sharing with
Mm-hmm.
other students.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah,
I started to rent a house,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
but I went to a dormitory 1 month later.
'Cause you're like, I
Because
can't deal with this.
no, it was a fight between me and the owner.
the, the landlord,
Yeah,
the
and
yeah. Hmm. So
For
you were,
me,
yeah.
you
Go
know,
ahead, Dave.
for
Yeah.
me, in my situation,
Mm-hmm.
it was very easy.
Yeah, you're like, I can't wait to leave home.
Yes, because where I live, the university, it's only, let's say, 1 kilometer.
Oh, so you never left home, so you stayed at home?
Yes,
Yeah.
because the university it's 1 kilometer, and I
Mm-hmm.
take the bus. It's
Yeah.
only 10 minutes.
Yeah. When I was going to university, my mother, there was a university in the city that I lived in, but I didn't want to go to that university because they
Mhm.
didn't have the program that I wanted to study.
Yeah,
And my
like me.
mother
Yeah.
was, yeah, and my mother was like, "Why aren't you going to this school so you can live at home?" And in my head, I was like, "I'm going somewhere else so I don't live at home." I was like, I want to leave the house. Don't you understand? And she was like, it's so much cheaper. Why don't you just live here? And like you can come home every day and you can go to the bus, use the bus and go to school. And I was like, that's exactly what I don't want. So I actually was looking forward to leaving my house. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it should be
yeah,
like mandatory for everybody to leave their house when they have to go to college or university, or do you think
because
it's so? Mm-hmm.
you learn you learn how to live with yourself. So
Yeah,
there isn't your mother and who make you cook and wash your clothes,
clothes.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's hard. Your first year is definitely hard. And over here in North America, there's a there's something that happens when you go to your first year. So I'm gonna let you guys guess. So it's called the Frosh 15. Who can tell me what the Frosh 15 is? If you guys have even heard of it.
Could be 15
Fresh is the
days.
freshman, no?
15 days?
No.
Sorry, Antonio?
Yes, the fresh is the freshman, no?
Yeah, so the frosh is the freshman. So when you leave your home to go to university, you're frosh. So there is
Yes.
If you
something that
survive
happens if
the
you
15
survive.
days. Huh?
It's actually at the end of your first year, if you have gained 15 pounds or if you have lost 15 pounds.
15 pounds.
15 pounds. So
But
weight.
no, sterling pounds, not pounds of weight.
No. Wait. So wait. So at the end of the first year, when you move back home, most
How many
students.
kilos? How many kilos?
2, 4, 6, 7, 7 kilos. 7
7
kilos.
kilos.
7 kilos.
Whoa.
So the Frosh 15 is you either lose 15 pounds or you gain 15 pounds, because when you move away from home, your life
Yeah.
changes completely, right?
Yeah.
So if you become like me, where it's like, I want to eat pizza at 3 in the morning, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be Frosh 15 who gained 15 pounds. I unfortunately gained 15 pounds when I moved away. It was like...
And getting high too, no? I love being in school. So it's called Frosh 15. So, and it's, when I moved to university, I thought, oh, this is just a legend, that this is just something people say, but it actually happens because your life changes completely. You either become really active or you become a complete slob. What's a slob? Yes.
Right?
Lazy.
Lazy, yeah. A person who is very lazy, who doesn't do anything, is called a slob. And they don't, like, their room is dirty, they don't cook for themselves, the kitchen is always dirty. So you either become I'm not gonna say that we have a slob in class. All right. So this when you move back home at the end of your first year, it's your friends are like, dude, did you gain 15 or did you lose 15? So Frosh 15 is whether you lose or you gain, and most students end up gaining, because they're away from home and they eat and drink all they want, and they don't think about like what it's going to do in terms of health. So it's a very interesting time in everyone's life. It definitely is, and like now that I look back on it, it was so exciting because there was so much that was unknown. Like you didn't know what was going to happen, who you were going to meet. It was a very, very exciting time in life. So I posted a link earlier, and it's a book that I found, and it's free. You guys can read, and it's a very, very easy book to read. It's called what was it called again? A Year in the Life of an ESL Student or something. Yeah, A Year in the Life of an ESL Student. And it was written by somebody who went on exchange from Switzerland to the United States. And there's really good vocabulary. There's phrases and there are idioms that you encounter in North America. So North American traditional university life, campus living. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that just so everybody can see, and we'll read a couple of pages and maybe do some dialogue as well. Okay, so let's see. So A Year in the Life of an ESL Student, idioms and vocabulary you can't live without. Okay, so it's an actual book. Some pages are missing, but most of them are there. So arriving in the country. So if you move from your country to an English-speaking country, what kind of vocabulary can you come across? So actually, let's get two students to play these roles out. Sebastian.
Yeah.
On page 2, so arriving in the country, chapter 1, we have two characters. We have Hans and we have Andre. Can I get you to play Hans? So can you read Hans's part?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So the link for the book is in the verb link chat, and I'll also get Abdullah. Can I get you to be Andre?
Sure.
Yeah. So Hans picks up his friend at the airport terminal. So Hans and Andre. So this is a dialogue between the two of you. So whenever you're ready, you guys can take it away. So pretend like you guys are these characters. So Sebastian, you're Hans. Abdullah, you're Andre. Go ahead.
How was the flight?
Don't ask.
Come on, what happened? Fill me in.
I was sitting in the window seat when this humongous football player sat down next to me. I'm not exaggerating. The guy.
Exaggerating.
It's oh god.
Yeah.
Exaggerate. Okay.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. Hey, work with me.
Exaggerating.
Yes.
Exaggerating. Okay.
Yes.
The guy took up a seat and a half. I was literally pinned up against the window for the whole flight.
Oh man, that sounds terrible.
No kidding. I decided it was probably best to try and get some sleep, but I couldn't because he kept blubbering on and on. The only way I could escape him was to get up and stretch my legs for a few minutes. The moment I had sit back down, he had started running off at the mouth again.
What a nightmare. No wonder you look so tired.
Hold on, I'm just getting started. He kept ordering more and more booze. He was constantly pestering the flight attendants for scotch until finally he was completely bombed. He didn't stop gulping down drinks until we were at least halfway through the flight. Oh, and I must forget, he had the worst B.O. What?
B.O.?
B.O.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was appalling.
Well, on the bright side, at least you got here safe and sound.
Oh, I'm still not finished yet. There was this young couple and their son sitting across the aisle. What a spoiled brat that kid was. When he wasn't running up and down the aisle, he was flinging food all over the place. When somebody finally told him to settle down, he burst into tears.
That's unbelievable. You're going to need at least a week to recover from that flight. Never mind the jet lag.
Hopefully I will get over everything faster than that.
Here's the car. Why don't we put your bags in the trunk? Let me help you. They look pretty heavy.
Oh, thanks. What's the apartment you found for us like? I hope it's not a dive.
I think you'll like it. It's right downtown. The apartment building is fairly new, so everything is clean. It even has a nice swimming pool that we'll be able to use in the summer. It took me a while to come across the affordable 2-bedroom that we'd be comfortable in.
Thanks for finding it for us. It sounds great. I'm sure that I will feel right at home. I can't wait to get there and put that flight behind me.
Okay, let's get in the car.
Will it take long to get to the apartment?
Don't worry, we'll be there in no time.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. So this is very student-oriented dialogue. As you can see, there are many words that are very specific to a certain age range of students. Did you all understand what's happening in the dialogue?
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, so
Poor
the flight.
guy.
Yeah, the flight was really bad. It was it's a poor guy, right? So there's lots of different phrases and lots of different words. Humongous. What can you tell me about humongous? What does this word mean?
Big, huge.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
big.
a huge football player sat down next to me and he pinned me against the window. What does that mean? Pinned me against the window.
He pushed him?
Pushed, yeah.
Yeah,
So he
pushed.
pushed him against the window. All right. So if you guys want to know what all the words in bold, BO. He had the worst BO. BO is body odor. Does everybody know what body odor is? Yeah. So he had the worst BO. So you're sitting next to this person. He's humongous, and then he stinks. Ew.
Yeah.
All right. So that is what body odor is. So let me just show you guys that actually all the words that we covered, they're written down below. So if you go to page 4, all these words and their definitions are here. So I've linked you this book. I think this is a really, really good book for people for ESL students, especially if you want to build on your vocabulary related to student life and student living. Would you guys want to cover this in class? Like I can do classes in which we talk about where we read this book and we talk about it specifically. Would that interest anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
Billa's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, awesome. If you guys still have, I have to end broadcast because I have a next class. I have my next class. I'll be right back. But thank you guys. If you still have questions about anything we covered, make sure you ask me on Verbling or on Facebook. I'll be sure to answer. All right. And all the quieter students, you guys better join me for the next class and get to talking. All right. So,
Okay.
all right. So I'll see you guys in like a little bit. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.